Good afternoon, everybody. I got a question from a YouTube subscriber a couple of weeks ago. He asked me, he has himself a Caprice, and it's been parked for 3 months. To my recollection, that's what he had said. And he asked me, should I pre-oil the engine? I said, no. For 3 months, the car hasn't been sitting that long. I mean, literally, engines have sat longer, and we still start them over. My recommendation to you is just keep an eye on the oil pressure gauge, if applicable, or the oil light. Usually most older vehicles, especially the Caprice, like what he said that he owned, have an oil/choke light. If the oil light goes out and stays out, you're good. Don't worry about it. But if you're absolutely fussy and you park your car during off-season storage and you're absolutely fussy about the vehicle sitting for prolonged periods, I would recommend to you fogging it. This here is a can of fogging oil. Okay, you can buy this at your auto parts store. It's usually around $6, $7 a can. Depends on where you shop and the quality of the product that you're purchasing. What you can do is, if you absolutely are particular about your investment, is you can remove each particular spark plug and fog your engine by simply spraying fogging oil down each particular cylinder. I'm going to show you that in just 2 seconds. First, I'm going to talk about this. This here is just an ordinary can of fogging oil. What you usually do in this case is that you spray about 8 to 10 seconds of spray into each particular spark plug hole. I don't recommend doing that if you're dealing with a small engine, unless you really want to see a good smoke show come the time when you go to restart your engine, right? I would say maybe 2 to 3 seconds for a small engine like a lawnmower or maybe a small snowmobile. But if we are dealing with a fairly large engine, a 6-cylinder or even a massive V8, then yeah, 8 to 10 seconds or whatever the instructions say on the can that you're purchasing. This particular can says 8 to 10 seconds, and that is reasonable for the magnitude of engine we're spraying here. Once you do that, disconnect your distributor. Okay, disconnect the positive lead from your distributor so that the engine does not fire. I do not recommend leaving the spark plugs all disconnected. This is a bad idea because upon reinstalling your spark plug wires, you could accidentally mismatch the spark plug wires and you could have a very bad situation. Your engine won't fire or backfire, or it won't run at all. So you don't want to get into that habit. Do spark plug by spark plug. Take one plug out, put another, spray some fogging oil into that particular cylinder, replace the spark plug. Usually with me, I'm very particular. Usually during off-season storage, I fog my engines, then reinstall a new spark plug. Usually I buy a brand new set of spark plugs every year, depending on how many miles the vehicle accumulates during that time frame. But anyway, disconnect your distributor, crank the engine for about 5 to 10 seconds with the spark plugs intact but with the distributor disconnected. This will ensure that the engine does not fire during this time frame. Do that once you have done every spark plug. Once you've done all 8 of them, or 6 of them, or all 4 of them, crank the engine for 5 to 10 seconds, then you're done. Leave it alone. You're good to go. So, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. We're going to take a 5/8 spark plug socket. We're going to remove a spark plug out of this engine, and we're going to fog this particular engine behind this vehicle here. And if you start your vehicle once a month like I do, well, most of my vehicles here, I wouldn't even worry about fogging it. But if you leave your vehicle at a storage facility or whatnot for, let's say, the entire winter, or a whole 5 months, then fog it. By all means, fog the engine, you're done with it. But if you start it once every 3 weeks or once a month, then no, I wouldn't even worry about it, because every time your engine is running, the oil pressure is there. Alright, so first thing, remove your spark plug. Next, take your can of spray, shake your can, position it over the cylinder. Now, if you have a hard time for reaching, the can also does provide a straw. So just go ahead and spray for about 5 seconds. You might have to take it slow. If you do start noticing some of it dripping out, you might want to get the straw and just insert it right into the spark plug cylinder, the hole. So what if you're dealing with a vehicle that does not have a distributor, and instead it utilizes coil packs? Well, can do is go to your fuse block, locate the fuse that is labeled ECM, Engine Control Module. Pull that fuse that will disable the engine from firing altogether. You could pull the fuse labeled fuel pump or fuel injector, but be forewarned, before you pull the spark plugs, turn the key over and make sure that the engine doesn't fire. Because if there is a little bit of fuel stored in the injectors, and you fog your engine and then go to crank it over, and all of a sudden the engine just so happens to fire over, you've just wasted your time doing nothing. So if you do find a fuse labeled ECM, pull that fuse, that'll disable the engine from firing over. I recommend you doing that. When you're done fogging your engine, restore your spark plugs, you're done, you're ready to go, restore your fuse. Well, that's it everybody. Once you restore the fuse, you're good to go for when the perfect springtime weather comes back. All you have to do is turn the key and away you go. Check your fluids before leaving the yard. You're good. Take care of yourselves. We'll catch you back here on the weekend.